time for another football lesson. Today I'm going to be teaching you, as I've just learned, about common penalties. Penalties are when the rules are broken in a game, and it happens a lot. One of the most common penalties is holding. This is when one guy holds on to another guy and neither of them are moving. Apparently, you can push a guy, and you can knock a guy over, and you can tackle a guy, and you can stop a guy from moving, but you can't physically hold on to him and go nowhere. Since this happens all the time, it's really hard to regulate. So oftentimes you'll hear your husband, boyfriend, dad, brother, whomever in your life, I'm assuming male, screaming at the TV like, that was holding, because the refs can't always catch it all the time because there's a lot happening on the field. I love that talking football is now a thing that I do. Another common penalty is pass interference. This is when someone messes with, pushes, moves the receiver while the ball is in the air heading to the receiver. You can mess with the ball, you can try to catch the ball for an interception, you can block the ball, you can swat the ball, you can hit the ball with your head. I don't know if that's true, but you can't mess with the receiver while the ball is in the air heading towards him, which seems kind of weird. Like, shouldn't you be able to just knock that guy down and be like, I got this ball, it's mine? That's a penalty. Another common penalty is a false start. This is when the offense moves before the ball is snapped at the beginning of a play. And to coincide with false start on the defensive side is offsides. This is when the defense moves to the offense's side before the ball is snapped. So let me clarify. The offense can't move to the ball is snapped. The defense can move before the ball is snapped, but they can't just move into the offense's side. So that's false start and offsides. One of my favorite common penalties is unsportsmanlike conduct. This is when someone is over celebrating a touchdown, if you like drop down to your knees and celebrate, if you grab a face mask of another player, if you, oh no, that's a personal foul, that's wrong. Nope, that's not unsportsmanlike conduct. It's a personal foul. Taunting, if you taunt another player. Offensive gestures, such as, I'm assuming, these are all things that will get you a penalty. I mean, it's like the NFL doesn't want their players to have fun anymore. Isn't everybody supposed to enjoy their job? The last group of common penalties are personal fouls. This includes like face mask grabbing. If you grab a guy's face mask on his helmet, that's a personal foul. Blindsiding the receiver. Don't really know what that means. Is that like the movie The Blind Side? Is that why it was called that? Was he blindsided? If you hit the quarterback late, like he already threw the ball and it's obviously not in his hands anymore and you hit him, it's personal foul. And hitting anyone in the head is a big no-no. Those guys take enough hits when they land on the ground, they don't need you punching them in the head, okay, players? Back to my Minnesota coach voice. And you may ask, well, what happens if you get a penalty? What really happens is that your team will lose yards. For personal fouls, it's almost always 15 yards, and for other penalties, it ranges. But just know that when a player gets a penalty, it's bad for their entire team. So it's really in their best interest to just play by the rules, guys. So this weekend or Monday, when you're watching your team play, see if you can spot when a penalty happens and what caused the penalty. Like, oh yeah, that was totally unsportsmanlike conduct. Or, oof, that was holding. I can't believe the ref didn't call it. That guy was giving him a big old hug and they weren't going anywhere. If you're new to my channel, I don't always talk about football, but when I do, it's usually amusing. Check out my other football episodes here, or my personal favorite videos here, and you should subscribe because I post videos every single weekday. And have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday.